Before we continue, I want to share some announcements. Tomorrow, Memorial Day, we reopen for public worship. So Mass will be at 8 a.m. And I always like holiday Masses because people who are attending, participating, are your committed disciples in any parish. And it's always a joy to gather with them and to celebrate the sacred liturgy. Reading this morning's headlines, I'm not sure if we're jumping the gun because the increases of cases is rising again because we're not keeping the social distancing anymore, at least not on the beach here in Tybee. I really want to be careful about this. At some point, we have to open again. Society can't be on lockdown forever. But this pandemic is far from over. And those of us who are in the high-risk category need to take responsibility for our health. But that responsibility is helped along by those who understand the common good. So many have been selfish coming out of this pandemic. I have a right to be in the public. A Christian point of view is that we need to love one another. We need to care for each other. And so if you have been a social butterfly, I'm a public figure. I have to be out here. But if you're a social butterfly and haven't been distancing yourself, please stay away from me. Keep your distance. And if you're going to come to church, and I want to say, those in the high-risk category have no obligation at the moment to fulfill your Sunday obligation. But I know so many want to be here. So if we're going to be here, you might already notice that we have the church roped off for social distancing. And I'm going to ask everybody who enters this side door, and the side door in the parking lot will be the only door open. I'm asking everybody to enter with a mask. And if you don't have a mask, hopefully Amazon will have the mask that we have on order here in time to give you one. I know a few parishioners have extra masks, and if we could borrow or count on your generosity, we could use a few of them in the next few days. So next weekend, Mass will be required. Try to get here for Mass, whether it's the vigil at 6 or on Sunday morning at 8 and 11. Try to get here a few minutes earlier so that we're not rushing to get everybody in at the last minute. I'm excited that we're opening again. We just have to be careful. I'm excited that so many of you will be able to receive our Lord once more and in through the sacrament of the Eucharist. Immediately after Mass today, again, we'll have our drive-through communion and follow the instructions of the men of the Holy Name Society. And I'm grateful that for the last month, they've been so willing to help us with that exercise. So cars will line up here on A Street and follow the directions of the Holy Name Society. We had fun last Wednesday as our Sunday School for Disciples met out in the churchyard. And that reminds me, moving forward, we have the equipment now to set up a live stream of the Mass as it's going on out in the churchyard here. So if you're not quite comfortable coming into church yet, you want to stay outside to participate in Mass, that's an option. And any overflow will immediately go to the churchyard. And we will have Eucharistic ministers distributing communion.